Yeah, but no offense.
Oh, right, because I'm Amish, so I wouldn't know anything about your 69 GTO Judge. 455 big block, Ram Air, 411 Posse, something like that? Weird, that thing must have fallen straight from space. Well, good luck with your future ride, spaceman.
All right, guys, we got this sweet machine out of the shop, onto the carport. We're gonna do a little work on it this weekend. I'm thinking about swapping that cab over there onto it, but I don't know. I'm still working on this. I'm gonna have to. I don't know what I'm gonna have to do there, but we're gonna do something. So, 'cause that's some big old dents. Surely can be fixed, but who knows? I'm gonna have to pay a pro. But anyway, when I was cleaning this up, I noticed there's some fuckery abound right here. So I got my stuff out here. We're gonna look at replacing the corners. People been selling some trucks out here, and people come out and say, "Oh my God, you need a cab corner." Well, fucking, if you're afraid of a cab corner, stay at home. Let's just say that. So, what we're gonna do is, obviously we need to cut to right here. The new corners come up to right in here. If you look at them online, some of them have this. They come up there a little higher. We're not going that high, so we're gonna try to stay down here. And then I got some filler in an area right here. We're gonna probably try to stay in this area right here. I could get a square. We'll draw a square line around, and then we'll have to drill out these, and drill out some stuff over here, and hopefully get this corner off with no drama. So I'm gonna do it out here, then we'll take it back to the shop and weld the new ones on. But we're gonna do all the fitting out here. So let me go get a square. We'll draw it out. All right. So now we'll get it marked out. That's where we're going. Then we just gotta drill out these down here, around here, make the cut. Let's get this corner out of the way and see what's under it before we go to Summit and get the new corner. Because if I need inside corners, you can see it looks all right from the back side, but we're just gonna make sure. All right, so we made our cut all the way around, and then we're gonna pull it off. And the reason I'm doing this before I go get it is just because we can see if we need to buy the inner or not. Generally, you want to have your corner here before you start this and whatnot, because we'll end up making another cut. We'll have our corner kind of fit, and then we'll come through here and make a cut and make it where it fits. So let me drill these out and see what we got. So just a heads up, this is not how you do cab corners. I don't know what the fuck went on here, but that's not how you do it. So I'm trying to get the old one off, and that piece just finally came off, but we got her loose. So we got her loose here. We just need to get her loose here and down here. Now that I can see the spot welds, I could probably drill them out. I couldn't see them with that piece, so let me go at them and we'll get this corner off. All right, here's why I wanted to do that, because now you can see it looked okay from the back side, but from this side it doesn't look okay. So we're probably going to go ahead and pick up an inner and just replace like right through here. I could do a little grinding here. We're ripped from the spot weld. I think that's filler right there, or seam sealer or something. So that's the driver's side. Now we're going to go over to the... Hold on. What the fuck? Now we're going to go to the passenger side and do the same thing. So if we need the inner and the outer, or just the inner corner, or the outer corner. So feels good up in here. So should be an easy job. If we needed to, we could come all the way up to here, but we're not going to do that. keep it down here, won't ever notice it. So we'll leave that alone for now. Let's go to the other side. All right, now we're on the passenger side. As you can see, we got the same kind of clusterfuck. So we're gonna cut across, and then tear this down because we can see it over here. Let's see, it doesn't look terrible, but we're gonna get a look at the other side. So let me get it marked up. We'll cut it off, see what she looks like. All right, got the other one off. It's a little better condition, a little worse condition. This one was missing more of the original. Let's see here. You can see it is missing a little bit. The whole bottom, I guess. So I'll go ahead and pick this one up because it never hurts to have one on the shelf anyway. I already used the ones I had on the shelf, so that's why I gotta go pick up new ones. Anyway, that's getting them off, getting a good idea of what we need to do. Rockers are good. We're not gonna mess with the rockers at all. It's kind of nice. So just doing corners, we'll have a little time in it, but most of the time it's gonna be going to Summit and getting new ones. So let me clean up a little bit and move on. All right, guys, it's been a couple days since we've cut the cab corners off. I did my Summit order, and I ordered both kinds because we'll use either one, it doesn't matter, but I figured I'd order both and just show them. One of them is $10 cheaper than the other, and I'll show you why. Here's the part numbers. These are the right side. So let me get them out of the box. We'll take a look at them. All right, so I got them out of the boxes, and you can immediately see the difference. This one's $10 more. It has this right here and this right here. The rest of it is pretty much identical. So this one also has it, but the stamping is, I mean, you can see it, it's not. The stamping is better, unless, you know, newer dies or whatever. But you can see kind of the difference here. This one, if you have to get up in there, you got bigger problems. But my suggestion is order this one first, which is that part number right there. Or if you're getting up into your, let me drag it over here. Wrong side. Got this cab stripped ready for the blasters to show up. See how much we need to do to it. But this corner comes way up into there, catches the front. So, I mean, if you hands back on it. If your rust gets up into here, that's a corner to order. Or if you have to come like right to there, that's the one to order. The other one's a lot shorter. So this cab, blasters are coming. It looks like we're gonna fix some rust right there. Hopefully that doesn't blow through right there. I don't want to fix another one of those. I'm hoping this will all clean up. Got my fenders out here to wash or blast. What else? Good floors on this one, but I think it needs corners, so extra corners. But I just figured I'd show this out because it is $10 difference. You save $10 by going with this one, which is fine. But if you got to go higher, this one here is what you need. So that's just a look. We're moving on with it. Also got, this is probably the other side, maybe. The inner corner. What is this one? Yeah, that's right. That's the right side. got a new inner corner to fix that one, and it just goes together a lot like that, but that's not how we're gonna use it. Next thing is we'll find the other one. We're gonna remove this gas tank because I got a new one anyway, the 20 gallon. We'll remove the gas tank and then go after this corner here. All right, we're gonna start over here. We gotta clean up all of this off of here, all the old corner. We're gonna use a grinder and a wire wheel, and then coming back to these, we're not gonna use this one. We'll save it for a future project because we don't need that much corner. We're gonna use this one right there. Because we only need the bottom of it. So let me get this cleaned up and we'll get it cut, fit, possibly welded. All right, so I got most of the old corner off. Now we're gonna take a wire wheel to this and then do some rust treatment. We're gonna have to get up in there. I'm gonna see if I can spray it up in there, we'll see. But anyway, I may bring the cut further up so we can see if we can do something about this right here. See how far up it comes. I know we can come to, I'm gonna say, I don't want to go past there, so we'll see. But let me wire wheel this and let's move on. All right, we got our wire wheeled. We're gonna leave it there for a minute before we go tacking this on, wherever that one, whichever one. We're gonna get it cut first. Make sure there's no rust. You can see we wire wheeled this. We're going to rust mortar this before we attach the new one. But we're gonna get the new one fit first. So let me get it clamped in place and let's figure it out. All right, so we got it loosely clamped in place, and what we're gonna do is you can see where we made our cut right there, and then where the original one is. So we're gonna at least need to be above that. Same thing over here. You can almost see it, barely. Anyway, you have to take my word for it. Right there is where the end, so we'll have to be above that. So we'll get our square back out here and draw a line above our old cut. Keep this attached to it. We'll make our cut, and then it should line up. It may not, but it should. So let me get it marked up. All right, we got a scribe line. Sharpie you won't be able to see, so we just got a scribe line. We're going to take our thin cutoff wheels here and just make the rounds and then go from there. All right, so we've made our cut all the way. This one should fall when you release it, maybe. And you can see our line on the inside when we cut this one. Pull that off, treat it, we'll get it back up in here, and then we'll start welding. All right, then we got her cut. She's out of the way. Doesn't look like that rust really comes up too much, so we're gonna rust mortar everything down here and go from there. But let's get her thing up here and just get a good look at it, make sure she fits. We're gonna have to do a little bit of work here to get it looking right. Like it needs to come back a little bit right here. That's no problem. I think we need to drop it a little bit, and maybe that'll come in. But let me grab something. We're gonna try something. All right. Normally, when you're butting two pieces of metal up, I have those little spacer things that you put a block in behind, you pull it together, and it works out. But you can't use those on this. I saw this on the internet the other day, so I brought some in to try. Yes, they are made out of plastic. This part's metal, but yeah, they're probably going to melt in the weld if you get too close to them. but it was like 15 bucks for 100 of these things. My dog got into the damn Amazon package and they're all over my fucking yard right now, but well, I got most of them picked up, but there's still some out there. The point is, they're dirt cheap. Let's see if they work. So let me start sorting through this, see if we can make this happen. All right, I got them in place, and I don't know if it shows up on camera or not, but that's legit. We need to maybe move them a little closer, like right here. We'll be able to do that, put a weld there. Look at that corner, that's legit right there. Need to move this one over, probably move this one closer to the corner, move this one over and put one more. But these are what I normally use, and you can't get in there to put this square in on the corners unless you have the corner out, but even then. And then I also use these, but that's for something, that's for overlapping or not overlapping. This right here is a legit solution for this. And they're dirt cheap. But like I said, you're gonna melt them. I guarantee we melt one or two, but at that point, it doesn't matter because we're just gonna come in here, we're gonna spot. We'll spot between all of it and get this thing on here. And then, man, that's a legit good solution right there. So, just a look. We've got her essentially fitted up. I gotta come in here and you see some Bondo right there. We gotta come in here. Oof, there's a lot of Bondo. Anyway, we're gonna come in here and sand this off right here. Get it rust mortared. Then we'll let the rust mort sit a while, and then we'll come back and weld her on. So let me take it back apart. But I just wanted to get a look at that because that's legit right there. We're gonna have to put some little work into this right here, which is fine, but that's no problem. That's just a look right now. So I definitely think we're gonna have to move this one over to where we weld the corner, leave a space, about a finger space, put another one, finger space, and then the last one. So I just need to move this one over and put one in the middle right here. So let me take it all back apart and let's get down with it. All right, so we applied a little rust mort. You can see it foaming up and stuff. So we're gonna let that hang out a little while and then move on with some primer and such. This stuff is not cheap, but a little bit goes a long way. So just use a brush. I fill the cap up and use a brush and brush it on. So let's let that set up and then we'll move on. All right, so we got some self-etch primer on there. We're gonna fit this back in place and then start welding it back on. Got Riggins out here as fire watch. Hopefully he doesn't watch the welds too much, but let me get it back in place and let's move on. All right, so we got it ready to roll. Make sure you fit this area and this area, and then once we get this done, we'll drag that down and pull it all together. So let me throw some beads on it and make this happen. All right, we got a couple tacks on it. Let's see if we can pull this one off. Let's see it melted. These are indexed to the T's, so you should be able to turn it and pull it off. See the metal part down there. So it's like it's still in line. So let me go ahead and throw some tacks on that one, and then we'll pull another one off and just work our way through it. All right, so we got a little more on it. Now we're gonna come over here, loosen this one up, maybe take it off, and then we'll throw some tacks in there. Got a little sporty right there, but we've got tacks across here. I think now we're good to remove this one, and let's see what we can do with this corner. So it's melted. as expected. And then bring it across. Let's look at that real quick. Look. That's working great. It's probably the best method I've seen for this as far as getting everything straight, because normally I have to pry it out with a screwdriver and all kinds of wacky shit, but this is working pretty well. What else could be better? Honestly, I think I'm either too fast or too hot. I'm not sure which. I'm gonna play with it a little bit, and then we're just gonna work our way through this. Maybe. So we'll work our way out and then start cleaning it up, work our way at this side, and then work on the bottom. All right, we've taken our last piece off, and we just need to make our way there and then clean it up, let it cool, and go after it again. All right, we got our first grind on it. Looks like meh, but it's honestly, it's not bad. So we need to, we're gonna let it cool off. You can touch it, but we're gonna let it cool off a little bit, and then we're gonna catch all these little spots we haven't gotten yet. I may have to put a filler piece in here, we'll see. But we'll let it cool off and go again. All right, I gotta go inside for a little while. It's like 100 and something degrees here, almost no ventilation in here. You hear a fan going, but it's not moving much. So we're gonna let this sit where it's at. Pretty clean, pretty clean. We'll finish all these little spots right here. We'll get all those. There's still some here, like right there as well. But we'll finish those later when it cools off and they come back out here. But that's where it's at for now. That's where we'll leave it. I'll go ahead and post a video, and if we continue, we continue.